102.7 FM, Nooga Radio. This is Cindy. It's my absolute honor to be your host and outdoor activity, events, and adventure guide for our community. And I want you to email me. I want to know about your activities. I want to know about your competitions. I want to know about your events, your festivals, your tournaments, whatever gets people outside to enjoy the wonderful playground that Chattanooga has to offer. And you can email me at nrocindy@gmail.com. That's nrocindy@gmail.com. NRO like in Nooga Radio Outdoors. And again, our goal here is to promote your activities, to help people connect, to help the community connect to the outdoors, and encourage participation and spectatorship. Before we get to our awesome guest for today, I want to share Cindy's choice for a great, healthy catering option. Chicken Salad Chick, of course. You hear me talk about it all the time. I love Chicken Salad Chick. Chicken Salad Chick, Chattanooga.com. And again, it's not a health food, but it's a good food that everyone loves. It's very healthy for you. And a lot of that is because 0, 0, 0, folks. 0 carbs, 0 gluten, 0 sugar. That's in the classic Carol recipe. I get the cranberry Kelly, and that has cranberries and almonds just added to that. So it's just adding more protein without much sugar to it. So it's still good nutritional value. So again, Chicken Salad Chick, Chattanooga.com. And again, Nooga Radio Outdoors, we just want to promote and encourage fundamental opportunities for change to how people live. Being in your car a lot during the day, a lot of people commute long distances, being at your desk all day, it's not healthy for you. You got to get up and move around. A lot of people have commented that they appreciate that we're a stand-up studio. They said this is good for us to at least be standing up, but it's even better for you to stand up outside. So that's what we want to help with. We know that it can be a challenge to get outside enough, and we just want to encourage you and help you connect with easy ways to get out there. And again, it's not just about finding the time. It's not that most people aren't really that they don't enjoy the outdoors. It's about knowing how to connect. And the more that I'm discovering all the different outdoor activities in Chattanooga, I'm understanding how many of the different organizations and outdoor businesses and so forth, they get that too. And they make it very easy for you to connect. But I'm just helping with getting you that much more familiar with them by inviting them on the show, letting you hear from them, and giving their information so that it's just a lot more familiar and easier for you to contact them. And speaking of them, my guest for today, I have with me Charlie Jones with Southeastern Adventure Tours. Hey, Charlie, how are you?
Cindy, I'm doing tremendous, and thank you so much for letting me come in and talk to the folks. I want to just say I've had Chicken Salad Chick. What a deal. I love that. The cranberries are fantastic. Anyway, you were talking about working out. My wife and I get up 3 days a week at 5 o'clock and go out and work out from 6 until 8. And I'm telling you, it makes a difference, makes a huge difference. So, thanks again for letting me talk a little bit about what I love. I'm an outdoor guy. Little history. I've lived in Chattanooga on and off all my life. I can remember Chattanooga when you could stand on the bridge, the Thrasher Bridge going over the dam, and could not see Lookout Mountain because of the pollution, the smog. And today it is absolutely wonderful to come to a city that is so bright. This morning, the sunrise was absolutely spectacular.
Yes. And our sunsets, have they been incredible lately?
Listen, we can compete with Arizona. I love them. Mm-hmm. It's fantastic. So, Southeastern Adventure Tours is just kind of like, I feel a little bit like Walt Disney a little bit. I kind of walking around in my own dream here. My wife and I have always been outdoor folks. I'm really into paleontology big time. My wife is rocks and minerals. She is a silversmith, makes jewelry. We both are members of the Southeastern Federation, the Tennessee Valley Rock and Mineral Club. But a year and a half ago, we took our grandkids on a tour of the Southwest. We were had just left Yellowstone and went down and looking at the Snake River. We took a raft tour on the Snake River. And right then I was sold. I said, Chattanooga has a river. Chattanooga has a canyon. Chattanooga has outdoors. They need a raft.
And so many people don't know about it, even though you're right here. And even though you're an outdoor enthusiast, because I get outdoors a lot, but I'm kind of limited. And I know where I know to go. And I keep going to those places. And it's so nice to discover all these new places. And again, even though I'm a starter, I get out and try things, it's still intimidating to go the first time. If you haven't been before, if you're not going with a group that you're familiar with or that's been before, it can be intimidating. And I'm loving getting introduced to new things and being that much more comfortable with going and trying and expanding my horizons right here in the Chattanooga Great Outdoors. But before we speak more about Southeastern Adventure Tours, I want to know a little bit more about Charlie Jones. So you said when you came here, you couldn't see Lookout Mountain from the bridge. So where did you come from?
I was born in Chattanooga.
Oh, wonderful.
Born, raised, went to high school, Baylor School graduate, went to the previous University of Chattanooga, which is no longer there. And then pursued my professional career. I'm a physical therapist. I went over to the University of Tennessee Medical Units at Memphis for that degree. Then went into the military, served, finally retired with 34 years of service from the Air Force. During that time, have been stationed on and off all over the United States. So lots of fun, a lot of contacts. Family is very strong family history here. Many of y'all may be familiar with Nikki's Restaurant, North Chattanooga. That was my mom and dad's restaurant. My brother's managing it now. So I guess it goes without saying, I have contacts in Chattanooga.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I love Nikki's. Yeah. Love it. Well, I get it. I understand now why you have seen a major transformation, because in the last 20 years, I came here in 88. So it was still somewhat of a founder town. That was pre-aquarium, but things were just starting. I mean, we got to, we were one of the early visitors to the aquarium and one of the early to walk across the Walnut Street Bridge and so forth, and just fell in love with it. I mean, the only reason I left Chattanooga was family reasons, to go back to Texas for a while. But as soon as the opportunity came up, I got right back here. Well, and so many people are doing that from all over the country. They're discovering Chattanooga because of our wonderful outside environment that we have here.
It's a destination. That's the great part.
Yes. We're an outside hub. And that's it, is the world knows about us, but we want to make sure the locals are connecting as well, because it's that sometimes you just don't realize what is right outside your back door.
Cindy, we have a phenomenal organization here in Chattanooga, the Tennessee River Gorge Trust Group. And they're trying to get the message out. They're trying to conserve that wonderful gorge. But you'd be amazed the number of local people that I talk to and say, hey, we're doing Zodiac rafts. That's what we use, Zodiac rafts down the Tennessee River Gorge. And local people will say, well, why would you want to do that? And I'm thinking, gosh, it's just like going down the Grand Canyon, but you got trees,
Exactly. Well, and something that I'm loving about this too, and then we'll talk about this because I know this is your heart as well as what drives you with the mission of your business, is most of the people that get involved with some kind of outside business or outside nonprofit, they really care about the treasure that we have here. They're very thankful for our forefathers that protected all the wonderful parklands and adventure area that we have. So let's jump into that. Why don't you talk about Southeastern Adventure Tours, what you offer, and start with your mission.
Well, the mission itself is to get as many people out to the outdoors as you can. Obviously, we've tried to make that available. We have 5 tenets that we've built our business on. The first is we're looking for ecology. We want to try to, preserve the ecology around here. Sustainability, that's the next thing. We want to keep that river treasure as well as the gorge that is formed by the river. Education, safety, and of course, above all, fun. So we use those 5 tenets, and that's exactly how we built our business. We partner, or we actually participate with the Tennessee River Gorge folks and their activities. We have talked with many of the schools in the area to try, to get involved in their educational process to do more sustainability. And by getting out and reaching out in the community, we've been able to touch a lot of folks. We still need people on the boats. We still need to get the word out. But, it is basically a labor of love. And the nice thing about it is that we have a great location over in Red Bank. We've got an outpost there. It's about 3,000 square feet where we keep our boats and our canoes and things, as well as store our bus. It's our ticketing center. We are online. We can be contacted with, believe it or not, just very simple, redrafts.com. We'll take you right to the Southeastern Adventure Tours website. You can schedule events there. We have an outdoor adventure camp that we put on now. That, of course, camp's pretty much closed now because it's already been, it's run its course for the summer. But we do raft tours. We do several different types. We have one in the canyon, down the Grand Canyon of the Tennessee. That's a 3-hour rafting adventure. Then we have a 1-hour rafting adventure, which I call the Trail of Tears. That leaves the docks down at Ross's Landing and goes down around Moccasin Bend and back.
Now, when you say trail, this is all on the water?
Yes.
That you're talking about?
Some of the Trail of Tears, I'll call them participants, were loaded on barges at Ross's Landing and were taken by river down the Tennessee, up to the Ohio, down the Mississippi, and ultimately into Arkansas and eventually into Oklahoma by barge. 1,200 miles. Began in 1938. Roughly 2,500 Native American Cherokees were transported in that manner.
And I'm loving that you're talking about that because Chattanooga is so rich in history. That's a lot, again, why it's a destination area. Mm-hmm. It's not just the great outdoor opportunities we have, but we have very rich history here. So that is very powerful in getting to experience that in that way.
Yes, there were about 100,000 Cherokees all told that were relocated from North Georgia, North Carolina, Tennessee, parts of Alabama, and relocated to Oklahoma. In fact, I had the honor while I was in the Air Force to visit Chattanooga, Oklahoma, which was a site that the Cherokees were relocated. And this occurred pretty much in the late 1830s. And some of it was militarily escorted. Some of it was private vendorship. Yes, I think about 15,000 of the 100,000 died along the way due to disease or neglect. And it's a sad time in American history, and it, of course, is preserved through the Trail of Tears. And we just want to let people see a small piece of it where they would put on the barges, they went down the river. We'll go down to Brown's Ferry, Tiftonia, and come back.
Locals, I don't miss this opportunity that's right here because what I recall is I've lived in Dallas, Texas for years. I went to Irving High School, right there by Dallas. And it wasn't until I was moving back to Chattanooga that, and I'm embarrassed saying this, that I finally went, I've got to go to the grassy knoll. I drove past it forever. It's in downtown Dallas. Oh. And I actually went, and it was so powerful standing in the places where such significant things happened that I had heard about my whole entire life because I was just a baby when JFK was shot. Mm-hmm. And it's just powerful. And we have that right here. And it's just, I want to encourage listeners to look into this type of adventure. And it sure seems like Charlie would be a great tour guide. I'm anxious to go on that particular tour myself. But real quick, I just want to remind the listeners that you are listening to Nooga Radio Outdoors on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM Nooga Radio. This is Cindy. I am your outdoor activity, events, and adventure guide for our community. And I'm visiting with Charlie Jones today, and he is with Southeastern Adventure Tours. And we're talking about some of the different types of tours that he has to offer. And I just want to remind the listener that the show is to give everyone access to the activities, to the events, and the adventures found in the great outdoors. Adventures. I think adventures is key. We need adventures. We need to challenge ourselves and be brave and surprise ourselves. And Charlie, tell us about some more of the adventures that Southern Eastern Adventure Tours offers?
Well, Southeastern Adventure Tours is not just a water event, even though we do place a lot of our time there. We have a 2-hour tour also leaving Rossell's Landing. That's the 2 island tours we'll do. Chattanooga Island, most of y'all know that, I think, is Audubon Island downtown. And then we'll go down river.
McClellan Island?
That's McClellan Island originally. Yes, McClellan.
Oh, let me speak. I did not visit that till last summer. And it is such a fun, little, interesting adventure. And it's fun to go there because you see that island all the time. And to go explore it, there's more there to explore than you would realize.
It's just a living microcosm. That's why Audubon, it's really now more of an Audubon Island because they really control the access to it. And then we can go downstream to Williams Island. And you talk about a cultural heritage there, 40,000 years of documented living by Native Americans on that island. They're still doing archaeological digs there. And we have talked with the conservator. We have access to the island. So we take people around, show them that island, bring them back. And that's about a 2-hour tour. All of our tours are conducted by certified Coast Guard captains. These people are knowledgeable. They understand the ecology, the fauna, the flora, the history. Certainly the Trail of Tears would not be complete if we didn't talk a little bit about some of the, well, let's just say, pardon me, the Civil War, that occurred, Lookout Mountain and that type of thing, because we go right under it. And you have to talk about what happened there. So we give them a little history there as well as Trail of Tears. So,
Charlie, help me out here. Describe what kind of craft are you on these adventures?
These are Zodiac rafts. If you've ever seen the SEAL teams, actually the Navy SEAL teams use identical rafts to these. Only difference is we ordered ours red, so you can see them. They're not the black that the SEAL team uses. They're roughly 8 feet wide, approximately 15 feet long. We had an expandable aluminum floor put in ours so that this would allow folks who are able to ambulate and stand, they can actually enjoy our ride. There's no restriction. I mean, obviously, and if you're in a wheelchair or if you're in a motorized chair or something like that, would be difficult. But we do try to accommodate as many folks as we can, and the floor really makes it easy to accommodate. So these rafts have a transom on them, and we have 15 horsepower engines. So they're underway, making way on the river.
Wow, that sounds awesome. And that's one of the reasons that we got connected is someone was telling me about how you adapt these boats to make it easier for those that have a more difficult time going on adventures to participate. And I loved hearing that. And I'm like, I really want to talk to him and get him on the show because this is all about connecting people to a best fit. And if you have limitations, it's going to be harder for you to go on an adventure. So that is really awesome that you've fixed the boats up that way to make it easier for folks.
Well, this is an adventure that almost anyone can enjoy. I think they put limitations on the Ocoee. I think you have to be 12 years old to be able to go down the river.
I hope so.
if you can stand and you can motivate, you can get on our rafts. Okay, that's the bottom line. So, and we, like I said, we've got a mate, we've got a captain, so we can help you get on and off.
That's awesome. And then, now I get it. Okay. redrafts.com.
Yeah, right. redrafts.com. Now that's all you have to do is put redrafts.com in. It'll link you right to Southeastern Adventure Tours. Who wants to do Southeastern Adventure Tours? That was just way too long, but it says everything I wanted to say.
Exactly. No, I think it's good. It is. It's, it says what needs to be said. It intrigues us to ask more and find out about these tours.
Well, the fun thing of the tours is this. Now, the rafts are one part of it, but we have a bus. The bus will hold 14 people. We have waterfall tours, which we can go out for a half day, and you'll see 2 waterfalls in a half day. You can take the extended tour. We'll probably get 3 waterfalls in an extended tour.
So this is a bus and then a hiking tour.
Well, the hiking tour is not that bad because the waterfalls we go to is maybe you walk across the parking lot, you get to see them. DeSoto Falls, Foster Falls, they're not that difficult to get to. So it makes it nice for groups that want to have an outing. We'll even accommodate if they'll let us know ahead of time. We'll get box lunches and try to have a box lunch for them. They'll have a guided tour that our tour guide that's knowledgeable of the area and most of the times is entertaining. Anyway, don't expect the bus to be like a Greyhound or Trailways. You know, our buses are, I guess, basically church buses. And they're very functional. but they're not luxurious. If they were luxurious, we'd have to charge a lot more.
Well, and they're fun. And this, I want to encourage people. This is a great like corporate activity. Mm-hmm. This is a great family activity. This is a great group activity. And that I've done the ACOE, quite often. Mm-hmm. And when it really is the most fun is it's when there's a church group and we have the church bus or the church van, so that the whole day is an adventure. We're traveling together instead of the complicated process of coordinating, arriving at the same time in different cars and so forth like that. So I love the bus idea.
Well, the buses have been great. We've taken them as far down as Fort Payne. We've traveled around on them. So the buses are great. We're in the process now of putting together some tours where we could take people on specialized tours. I happen to have a passion for paleontology, and as I think I told you, my wife is rocks and minerals, and we know where the fossils are in the area. We know where the geodes are in the area. We know where the rubies, the garnets are in the area, and we'll do specialized tours. If someone wants to go on a full day tour up into the Smoky Mountains and dig for garnets and rubies, hey, we can take them there. So
I love that. And I want to have, yes, Charlie and his wife are quite the adventurers. And I'd like to have your wife back on because she's mentioned some caving and different adventures. And she has quite the there I was stories. And we love to hear those. And because there is, it's all about your limitations. There are safe adventures to go on, but if you want to push your limits a little bit, there's plenty of those available as well. And Charlie and his wife, remind me your wife's name.
It's Karen.
Charlie and Karen are very experienced. They've had a lot of experiences out there. I've never done caving
well, let me just tell you.
I shared with her because I get claustrophobic. So and I'm a hang glider pilot, you know that. Mm-hmm. And people are like, you'll jump off a mountain, but you're afraid of scuba diving or you're afraid of a cave. And I'm like, it's a totally different fear. I get claustrophobic. I don't like feeling shut in or closed in.
Well, Karen, and I'm not going to divulge anything that would be super secret, but Karen was not a great swimmer. But through our love together for each other and what we did, she actually became a certified deep water scuba diver. She also went down in a cave for over 9 hours. This is a technical cave that we had to rappel. We had to work through this thing. So it wasn't like a walk through Ruby Falls. Not that kind of cave at all.
Awesome.
She's been great.
Well, I got to tell you, Charlie, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on today. And I definitely would like to have you back, but it just seems like there could be so much more to share. And of course, we'll have you back once I have my Southeastern Adventure Tour experience. I'm going to love giving my testimony about the experience. So you are listening to Nooga Radio Outdoors on 1240 AM and 92.7 FM Nooga Radio. We'll be back after the break, so please join us.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and sports leader. Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
Hi, this is Nadia behind the green door. You've had ice cream and you've had shaved ice, but have you had snow cream? It is amazing. It's light, airy, fruity snowflakes melting on your tongue. You need to come and see us. Highway 58, green door next to Hardee's.
Sell your house now. Let iBuyChattanoogaHouses.com ditch your albatross. Get rid of it. Get a move on. Get it off your back. iBuyChattanoogaHouses.com. You pick the closing date, 834-7321. Top dollar. iBuyChattanoogaHouses.com.
How about we change that to Built in the USA? For over 21 years, Affordable Computers has been building computers right here in the good old USA, in Chattanooga, using the highest quality parts and components in every new computer they build. Tell us the exact system you need, we'll build it to your specifications. Or you can choose from a wide selection of our PCs and laptops, starting at under $200. All Affordable Computers are upgradable, guaranteed. Affordable Computers services their computers in store, typically within 1 to 3 days. And when you call, they answer the phone. You get support within minutes that you can understand. Affordable Computers of Chattanooga. And service and support extends for the life of the computer, not just for the warranty of the PC. So there's no reason to shop anywhere else. Call Affordable Computers now on Highway 58 Chattanooga, 423-499-1975. That's 423-499-1975.
Or visit our Fort O store, 706-858-5888.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and sports leader. Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
3, 2, 1.
Chattanooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM's news now.
The City Council voted and short-term vacation rentals are no longer allowed in the majority of the city of Chattanooga. A zone called the City Overlay has been set up where short-term vacation rentals will be allowed. Those who are operating legally now will be grandfathered in and will be allowed to continue to operate. Those who are operating so-called illegally will be forced to pay a $50 fine every day of operation. The decision passed 7-1. A family of 4 is homeless after a fire broke out at the Bayberry Apartments on Windsor Street. One brave neighbor saw the smoke, ran inside, and warned residents. Chattanooga police doing the same. 6 fire companies responded to put the fire out. Nobody was hurt. A suspect has been arrested after 3 people were shot, 1 killed at the Cityco on Glenwood Drive. Jacoby Jordan taken into custody. Police say the teenager shot 1 man and killed him and then injured himself in the process, taking himself to the hospital. 1 victim died, 2 others injured. Russell Stroud, Nooga Radio News, now.
Looking good out there through your afternoon with lots of sunshine. Warming up, highs mid and upper 80s. Tonight, fair. A few late clouds, milder lows, upper 60s. For Thursday, more clouds with scattered showers and thunder showers moving in from the south, highs lower 80s with more scattered showers and thunder showers likely through Saturday. At JCPenney, find their absolute lowest prices on select items with final markdowns up to 80% off. Plus, starting Thursday, get an extra 20% off with your JCPenney credit card and coupon. And I'm Sports Team 12 Chief Meteorologist Patrick Orr. On Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and sports leader. Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM.
Hey, it's Nooga Radio Outdoors, and we're back. And you are listening on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM Nooga Radio. This is Cindy. I am so honored to be your host, your outdoor activity, events, and adventure guide for our awesome Chattanooga community, the wonderful outdoor hub that we have here. And my goal is to help you connect. If you're not getting outside, I want to help you get outside and get active. And you can help me. You can help me by letting me know about activities, events, and outdoor adventures that you think that the community that would like to hear about. Any competitions, any events, festivals, tournaments, anything like that, you can email me the information at nrocindy@gmail.com. That's NRO, like Nooga Radio Outdoors, Cindy @gmail.com. And I am so happy to promote and encourage participation and spectatorship at your events. And, Nooga Radio Outdoors wants to promote and encourage fundamental opportunities for change to how people live. Being in your car, being at your desk all day is just not good for you. It can be intimidating to connect to new things, and we just want to make that easier for you. And with being outdoor, it's about being healthy. It's about enjoying the great backyard we have. But with speaking of being healthy, we also want you to check out Chicken Salad Chick. They sponsor our show, and they are a great, healthy choice for your catering needs. There's 2 locations. There's the downtown location that does have curbside pickup, which is really awesome and convenient. And there's the East Brainerd location as well. You can check them out at Chicken Salad Chick, Chattanooga.com, Chicken Salad Chick, Chattanooga.com. And you hear me promoting 000 because it just amazes me that it's such good chicken salad chicken. And it's 0 carbs, it's 0 gluten, and it's 0 sugar in the classic Carol recipe. I kid you not. So be sure and check that out. Chicken Salad Chick, Chattanooga.com. And now to our guest for today, our second guest. We had a great guest with Charlie the first half, and now I have Will Stiles with me. He's with the Fleagle Agency, and you're wondering, well, what does that have to do with outdoors? Well, because he is also on the Catoosa County Chamber Board, and they have an event coming up. They have a golf tournament coming up, and Will has agreed to come on and talk to me about that. Hi, Will. Welcome, and thank you so much for being here.
Hello.
It's so tell me I like to learn about my guests a little bit before we jump into the events and so forth. Are you from the area?
I am. I grew up in Chickamauga, Georgia, and I own a business in Rossville, Georgia.
Oh, awesome. And I miss that area. I was very involved in the Catoosa County Chamber last year about this time. And there's just so much on my plate now. I'm very heavily involved in the Chattanooga area chamber. I'm on 2 different council boards here. So it's so hard for me to make it out that direction, but I miss participating in the event. So I was so happy to come across the golf tournament that's coming up that I actually volunteered and helped with it last year, so that I had a reason to connect with you guys over there. So you're from the area and you have a business here. So tell me, how did you first get involved with the chamber? I want to promote the chamber a little bit, because we're talking about connecting, with the outdoors, but you need to connect in every aspect, and it's intentional, in every aspect as well. So how long have you been involved in the chamber?
I've been involved with the Catoosa County Chamber for at least 5 years. And it's a great organization of getting together different businesses and governmental municipalities.
Yes.
And get things done.
Yes.
And you just get to know a lot of very good people in the community.
Just last night, I was at a chamber event that I started organizing for the Ottawa Council. We have a monthly mixer, and Senator Bo Watson comes in, and I get to talk to him about Nooga Radio Outdoors, and that's a statewide interest in getting the people don't realize the government cares about that too. They want healthy people, and they want people to connect with health, a healthy lifestyle in our area. So that, and I met him at a chamber event. So there's a lot of value in getting out there and connecting. And our goal here is connecting you with the great outdoors in the wonderful outdoor hub that we have here in the Chattanooga area. And one of my favorite ways to do that is through golf tournaments. I don't like to call myself a golfer. I do golf, but I love best ball tournaments, because they're able to, my team is always able to use quite a bit of my shots, and we end up doing really well for the most part. But when I play on my own, it's not like that at all, because it's so hard to be consistent if you don't play very often. So I love these best ball tournaments, because you get to compete, but there's not so much pressure because it's a team fun thing.
Right. And the select shot tournaments really do involve everyone on the team, and it's just a good way for people that don't play a lot of golf, may only play in a few tournaments a year, but you get the networking involved with it, and it's just really good connections that you make with other people in the community that are trying to do what you're doing.
Exactly. And golf I call golf a lifetime sport. And I serve on the board for the Chattanooga Junior Golf Development Program. So I'm going to make sure that any golfers know about that, because we're trying to introduce, kids, young children to golf. So it's not just about introducing them to an active activity. It's also about, golf is I remember when I was growing up, it was referred to as a gentleman's sport. And you not only are learning discipline, but you're learning etiquette and a lot of life skills through golf. So that's a lot what the Chattanooga Junior Golf Development Program encourages. But I encourage, because it is such a good networking tool. I said, if you're going to grow up and be in business, I think you definitely want to know how to play golf well enough, because of the wonderful networking social aspect to it.
Right. There's something to be said for not being in a office environment or things of that nature, and people are more relaxed on the golf course, and it's just you get to be yourself a little bit more, and it's not as rigid as it can be in an office.
Exactly. It's a little more social of environment, and even for some networking events, they're very routine and rigid, and they follow a format where when you're out there on the golf course, you're just enjoying an activity and cultivating relationships instead of being so focused on just prospecting. So it's a really great opportunity for that. And again, it's a wonderful thing for fundraising. That's why they're so popular. There's you'll hear about a lot of golf tournaments on the Nooga Radio Outdoors show, because I want to help create a platform to promote and support these types of events for nonprofits and so forth. And speaking of support, it takes sponsors
to
pull these things off. So who's involved in sponsorship of the Catoosa Golf Classic this year?
Our two big corporate sponsors are Chattanooga Allergy Clinic and Community National Bank. And then we have our presenting sponsors of Home Rate Mortgage and Hamilton Healthcare Systems.
Oh, that's awesome. And I know I'm familiar with Chattanooga Allergy Clinic. They are always, one of the first in line to help promote things and get involved. And you got to always give a shout out. As you can see behind me, I try to promote and give as much exposure to my sponsors as possible, because that's how I can have this platform to help you, is because of Chicken Salad Chick, Nova Advisors, and Nooga Radio, and Cindy's Choice, of course. So we definitely want to be sure and acknowledge our sponsors in any of these types of events. And for these types of things, it's kind of hard to be a spectator. The best way in these is to get involved. But what I like about it is you don't have to be a great golfer.
You do not.
You really don't. These things are about fun. And I'm one of those people that encourages people, because when it comes to getting involved in outdoor activities, it's not intimidating to me to start something new, because I'm a starter. I like that. It's my personality. I'm
You're
extrovert.
an extrovert, no doubt.
But I don't like slowing people down. So that is a lot what will make me more apprehensive, or I don't like not knowing what to expect, like on a new trail ride or something like that. But so I want to encourage people, if you golf and you're a business person, you definitely are. I mean, even for socializing, you can sponsor, good causes. You can sponsor a community event, even if you're not a member of the Chamber of Commerce, right? You can participate in the
certainly.
And that's a great way, because a lot of people, they want to sponsor things in their community, but they don't have the time to get involved very often. So they don't really want to go invest in something that they're not going to be able to participate in. But you can still invest by participating in some of the events and helping the community that way. So if you're somewhat of a golfer, it doesn't take that much to get a team together. Why don't you cover that, Will? What is the team requirements?
It's $150 a player for the tournament, or $600 for a team, and we also offer tee sponsors for $200. Which, if you can't play in the tournament or you still want some exposure, but you've got other conflicts, then you can do a tee sponsor, and 80 to 100, 120 golfers are going to see your name out there, and that you are supporting the local Chamber of Commerce.
That's a good deal right there.
Certainly. And we have a lunch, and the tournament starts at 1:00 on August 8th.
Okay. And that's August 8th. And what is the contact information for the Catoosa County Chamber of Commerce?
The telephone number is 706-965-5201. And Amy Jackson is the one that you would talk to regarding, also the information is online on the Catoosa County website for the Chamber of Commerce. And
you'll love Amy. She'll do her best to connect you and make you really comfortable with getting involved. Why don't you repeat that number one more time?
706-965-5201.
And Amy Jackson will help you out there with getting more involved. I just want to remind the listeners that you are listening to Nooga Radio Outdoors. You're listening on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM Nooga Radio. This is Cindy. I am just absolutely honored to be your host and outdoor activity events and adventure guide for our community. If you have an event coming up that you'd like to share on the program, please email me. You can do that at nrocindy@gmail.com. That's nrocindy@gmail.com. Your competitions, your events, your golf tournaments, your festivals, anything that you'd like to promote to encourage participation and spectators, we want to help you promote it. And we want to help encourage people to get outside and get active. This show is to give everyone access to the activities, events, and adventures found in the great outdoors. This show is actually formatted in my own personal passion for helping people to connect. I do it in my Cindy's Choice business in a business aspect, and it's my desire to encourage people and help them connect to the outdoors. I'm an outdoor enthusiast. It's not just about getting outside and having fun. It's also getting involved in a culture of people that really care about our environment and also want to connect. It's being a part of a club. If you're not involved in golf, or if you're not involved in kayaking or paddle boating or hiking or any of those activities, and you're interested in that, you will be so surprised at how quickly you form a family. You instantly have something in common with a whole group, and that creates a bond. So it's just not as intimidating as you might think it is. That you'll, it's not cliquish, I guess, is what I'm trying to communicate. That I love the outdoor culture, and that's a lot why I wanted to do this show. Is I'm not able to connect. I'm not able to actively hang glide, anymore. I did that for over 12 years. I don't get to golf as much as I used to. I'm so glad that I can do it through business. So this is a way for me to stay connected to that culture, because it's really, really great people. I mean, you have a lot of fun out there on the golf course, right?
Oh, certainly. But you can have the hang gliding.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to get off the mountain again. I'm putting things in place, and there's people helping me. I don't think I'll ever be able to do it as actively as I did before, but it'll be fun to share that with the listener when I finally get to run my hang glider off a mountain again.
I'll certainly listen.
Okay. I'll remind you to tune in. Now tell me, you said that you actually got to go to the U.S. Open recently?
I did. A friend of mine from town here, that we decided to go. Actually, our wives gave it to us for a Christmas present, and we went to the Wednesday practice round and Thursday for the tournament. And it was just an awesome experience.
Isn't it the best?
It really is. The game that those guys play is just way and above anything I do.
But at the same time, what I love about going, when I lived in Houston, I would make it several days to the Shell Open every year. And I really miss that, because part of it is you're watching these golf masters. But when you watch one of them miss a short putt, it's just all of a sudden you feel so much better in your life, because they are so good. And this game is hard.
It sure is. It sure is.
But don't let that deter you from playing, because it's not, it's all about your attitude and your perspective. When I was first hang gliding, I wanted to be good, and I really got out there and I played a lot and I played hard and I focused on that. And later it's like when I couldn't fly as often and I couldn't be as good, I lost interest.
Uh-huh.
And then I know when I go back, I have to go back with a different perspective of just enjoying it, just enjoying the flight and having fun with it. And that's what happens with golf. If you want to get serious about it, you're going to have to play a lot if you want to be really good. And it'll have to be a part of your lifestyle. But it's a sport that you can just learn and just play somewhat and still get a lot of enjoyment out. I like to describe my golf as I play good enough where people don't mind playing with me. Do you know what I mean? I take it seriously enough where, I'm out there playing. Like I said, I'm invited to be on, I call them best ball tournaments. That's what we called them out in Texas. What did you call it?
Select shot.
Select shot. Yeah. I'm invited to be on those because I do have good shots. A lot of times we have to use my drive because the men on the team tried to knock the devil out of it, and it went way too far the wrong direction.
A pond or woods.
Exactly. So, my shot straight down the middle gets used and helps us, end up with a good score. So, I just want to encourage you. And I've had so many friends where, it'd be my girlfriend and her son would play, And she wasn't interested in playing, but she would just go and ride the golf cart and kind of caddy and enjoy being outside and enjoy being with us while we were playing. It's just it's a great family sport. Both of my children play. And I was so thankful when I became a single mom and I had a son. I was so thankful that I knew how to play golf, because I don't know if you know this about boys, Will, but they don't open up too well.
No, I have two at home, but they're young. They're 5.5 and 2.5. So and
especially with their mom. And but after we get about 4 or 5 holes in on the golf course, my son was we'd start talking. We had some common ground at that point, and I was so thankful.
A good icebreaker.
Exactly. I was just so thankful that I had learned to golf. Well, I'm excited. I love the Catoosa County Chamber, and I'm so excited to promote their 2017 Catoosa Golf Classic that's coming up on August 8th, you said?
That's correct.
At August 8th. And again, you can call the chamber office. I don't have my glasses on.
706-965-5201.
All right. And then, Will, I wanted to go back and talk a little bit about your business.
Okay.
Legal agency. It seems like you had shared with me that there's a 100-year anniversary
That's
going
correct.
on.
The roots of the agency started in 1917.
Wow.
And we're celebrating 100 years this year, which is incredible.
That's amazing. It's 100 years. And how long have you been involved in insurance?
I was born into it. My father owned the agency, and he bought it in 1970 from the Flegel family, and it was a fairly established name in our community. So he left the name, and in high school, even before that, I would do filing and answer phones or do the mail. Just pretty much have done everything inside that office, and I've about 15 years full time where I've been doing it. And unfortunately, about a little over 4 years ago, we lost my father. And just trying to keep the business going, and we're blessed with. He did a phenomenal job of building the business along with his partners, and had great employees, and our customers are just fantastic.
We'll have to tune into the Cindy's Choice show. That's a lot. What you're talking about is a lot. It's to support and connect businesses as well. And I think more than ever, people are realizing it's employees first. We've always said clients first, customers first. But to me, I look at it like a marriage. You put your spouse first. So together, you will both put your children first. And how a business really runs the best is when you put your employees first, and then together you put your clients first. If you're taking care of them, then they're going to take care of your clients.
Most definitely. My father was a great teacher for me, because he was always very awesome with his employees. Whenever they had school events for their children or a sick child, he was very lenient about time off, and he really, pushed the family aspect of life, which has been a great teacher for me.
That's a major blessing. Was he a golfer?
He was. He actually traveled quite extensively all over the world playing. He really, that was his passion.
So did you start playing at a pretty young age?
I actually didn't start. I was kind of rebellious. Didn't start until my early 20s. And
that's when I learned.
I started seeing my older brother go on some of these golf trips with my dad, and I was like, wait, I think I need to take this sport up. And once I started playing, I just got bitten, and I've loved it ever since.
Oh, that's awesome. And I love that. It's like I said, that I'm so thankful that I learned to play, and I'm so thankful for all the outdoor activities that I've learned, because we camped, thank goodness, when I was younger. So I did get an appreciation for the outdoors, but I wasn't in a lot of adventure type or team sports as a young child, like a cheerleader and a majorette, but I wasn't at a cheerleader level like in high school where it was athletic. And I didn't get introduced to golf till my early 20s, which I'm so thankful for. I didn't get introduced to hang gliding till my late 20s. So and there were people on the training hill with me that were much older than that when I was learning to hang glide. So I mean, if it's golf, if it's hang gliding, if it's rafting, Don't let age detour you. If you didn't learn while you were younger, learn now with the kids or the grandkids, or just let us help you connect to an easy way for you to connect and learn something that you want to learn. Why don't you give me your contact information, Will, if someone wants to contact you about insurance?
Our office number, we're located in Rossville, Georgia. Our office number is 706-866-9750. And we are, our address is P.O. Box 39, Rossville, Georgia, 30741. Also, our website is FlegelInsurance.com.
Okay, give me that phone number one more time.
706-866-9750.
Thank you so much. It's been a real pleasure having you on, Will. And again, I want to remind the listener, Catoosa Golf Classic coming up on August 8th. Be sure and contact them and talk to Amy about that. You've been listening to Nooga Radio Outdoors. And I thank you for listening. We'll see you next time. That's a wrap.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and sports leader.